All right, so I'm going to open up VS Code. I can either, if I decided to put an icon on my desktop, I can go there to open it. For my Windows-based machine, I can also type in VS Code into my search bar, and it will bring up the app. And when I click on it, it's going to open it up to look like this. This is what the newest install looks like. So now that I have it installed, the next thing I need to do is to add, to configure it so that I can run Python programs. So we are going to click on the extensions icon here, the extensions icon on the far left-hand navigation bar. If you notice, when I click on that, it brings up the extensions that are already installed. And so I see that C++ is the default language that's already included when I install VS Code. So if I click on that, then it's going to allow me to do to search for other interpreters or compilers. And so I'm going to type in Python into the search bar, and it's going to bring up a variety of different Python extensions. And then I'm going to click on the very first one at the top that says Python Language Support with Extension by Microsoft. So I'm going to click on that one. And when I click on that one, I'm going to bring up that particular extension, and I'm going to click the Install button. And if you have never installed it before, click the Install button. If it has been installed on your machine already, if you're already using VS Code for something else and for Python, then that button might say uninstall. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to click the Install button. It's going to take just a very short time in order for it to install that Python extension into my version of VS Code. Once it's done, it will take me back to the welcome page, and in that welcome page, I'm going to create a new project folder, and this is where I'm going to store the files that I'm creating today. So I'm going to create a new project folder just by clicking that button, and then I've decided that I'm going to put this project folder in my downloads document, in my documents folder, and I'm just going to create a new folder called CS Python. And when I create that and I click OK, it's going to create that new project folder at the top of my Explorer. I can see it, CS Python. So once I have the project folder, then we need to create a file. So I create a file by clicking on the Create File, the new file icon on the top right-hand side of that folder. I'm going to give it a name, so it allows me to give it a name. I want to make sure that the name of the file has a .py extension so that it knows that it's a Python file. After that, I am going to type in some Python code. So I'm going to type in print with some parentheses, and inside of the parentheses, I'm going to use double quotes, and I'm going to type in hello world. Now, Python is a case-sensitive language, so I need those lowercase print, and I need the parentheses, and then we're going to be using double quotes. Once I have typed in some code, then I'm going to run it. So we'll see that at the top right-hand side of the screen, there is a run button. If I click that, then in my terminal, down at the bottom of the screen, it will run my program, whatever I have coded my program to do. Now, if you don't see that run button on the top right-hand side of the screen, go back and double check that your program actually has a .py extension.